Hi, welcome to Sewing Bee Unpicked with me, Jane from Haberdasher. We're on week 4, International Week, or episode 4. So the contestants this week had to make a Breton top out of a stretch knit fabric and stripes as well, so they had to pattern match some stripes. The transformation challenge was to make something out of 2 sarongs, and the made to measure was ladies' garment inspired by Frida Kahlo. So I've got quite a lot to get through this week. I didn't think I was going to find many patterns, but I've kind of gone off-piste a little bit and just got a lot of Frida Kahlo inspired patterns because I couldn't find many that matched what the contestants did, what the contestants made. I think a lot of them self-drafted or pattern hacked a few, so anyway, I shall press on. So first of all, the Breton top. So it was made out of a stretch knit fabric, so something like a jersey, and they had to pattern match the side seams. They had to do a button placket on the, I can't remember if it was the left or the right shoulder, probably the left shoulder. That kind of feels right on that side, and they had to have the stripes going the other way, so the grain of the fabric would be going the other way essentially. So there were a few sort of general errors. A couple of them, Raf and Damien cut the stripes the same way for the placket. I think Raf can get a bit obsessed with pattern matching sometimes. I mean, he pattern matched it beautifully, but it was done the wrong way. Rebecca put her placket on the wrong side, and I think she was penalised a bit too harshly for that, because I don't see what a lot of difference that makes. And a lot of them had a problem with the neckline. So when they turned over the facing, it puckered a bit. So there's a couple of things you can do to help with that. You can use a walking foot, which is something that you attach to your sewing machine, and you take off your normal foot and you put this on, and it hooks over the bar of the needle that goes up and down. It's going to sound really non-technical. Oh, I've gone the wrong way. That way is the way I meant to go. And it adjusts the speed at which your fabric is fed through, so it works in line with your feed dogs. So it just stops the puckering. You can also use wonder clips rather than pins for your fabric. Pins can sometimes separate the jersey. So that's just a couple of points. If you're using a sewing machine, I would make the stitch slightly bigger. I would imagine a lot of the contestants finished it off with an overlocker, which gives the stitch a bit of a give in it. Okay, so pattern wise, I didn't find one exactly with a placket on the shoulder. I couldn't find one at all. So the first one I found was this one from McCall's. I'm going to get that side. I can never get this right, can I? So McCall's 7331. The picture doesn't show it that clearly, but on the back, I don't know if you can see that, there is a long-sleeved one here with just like a roundish boat neck top. So that would be a good one to start with. Another one out of stretch knit again. The pattern picture doesn't show what's inside very well, but if you can see from the back, there is on this side a long-sleeved boat neck top there. These are all McCall's, by the way. Here's another one that actually shows a picture in a stripe. Yay! And you could mix and match the sleeves. You can put sort of different sleeves, plain sleeves in, or whatever you wanted to do with that one. This one is a bit more loose fitting, but I put it in because I thought it was quite a nice little pattern as well, because you get some shorts and you can actually make the t-shirt into a longer version, into a dress. This one I put in because it's a really nice shape at the front. It's done with stretch jersey. No, it's not a Breton top, I know, but I just really like the shape of the front, and it also reminded me of some of the a couple of the tops in the Made to Measure challenge, the Frida Kahlo tops, a hoopie or something they're called, don't know, never ever heard of that. Anyway, I think it was Raf's on the back, he had this kind of shaping on the back which looked really pretty, but I thought that was nice in a jersey. Anyway, I'm waffling, aren't I? That's probably quite a nice one for beginners, just a batwing top, so it's all cut in one piece. You don't have to set in any sleeves or anything like that. So the only finishing to do is on the neck, the cuffs and the bottom. That is a similar kind of thing as well. So you can, the sleeves are all already set in, it's just done in one, a pattern piece for the front and a pattern piece for the back. Got quite a few. I think this is the last one of the jerseys. Yep. So that was just one other, so more of a cowl neck or a drooping neckline rather than the straight across neckline, which I thought was quite flattering, and that can be done in a jersey. So jersey fabrics wise, we've got quite a few in stock. You need to pick a jersey that's quite stable. So like a viscous jersey is really fluid and it's going to move around a lot. And it's really nice and drapey, but it's not quite the right stuff to make a Breton top out of, or a top out of where you need the neck to sit flush. So this is jersey, and I've put a little facing on it, but it sits quite flush. And yeah, I've got a polo neck underneath because it's cold today, but and it's quite a heavyweight jersey. So we've got quite a few in stock. We've got like in the navy with bold prints. We've got a few stripes. That's just one of them. We've got a few more coming in, and we've got some bold prints as well. I'll do it that way, which would look really lovely. I know a couple of customers have bought that to make tops out of. They've usually around about £12–13 a metre, those. They're 150 wide, so you don't need much to make a top, a metre and a half maybe. Yeah, got a couple of other designs, that sort of bamboo in autumnal colours. Okay, right, transformation challenge. So I think they had to make, was it beachwear out of a sarong? And it could be for a child or a lady or a man or anybody. So basically they could choose 2 sarongs, which meant they had probably 3 or 4 meters of fabric that they could do anything with. So they had sort of 2 lengths of 1.5 meters to 2 meters. So I was quite surprised that a lot of them just kind of draped it over the mannequin and just pulled it in a bit and did stuff. So whereas Andrew, he cut a completely new shape out of it. He made a shirt. And for me, that was creating something different out of the sarong. I think Rafe did something a bit different as well. He made a little play suit for a kid, and Rebecca's little boob tube top and matching pants. They cut something completely different out of the sarong. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about the transformation challenge. So next up was, that's my notes here, sorry, Frida Kahlo. So I did love when they showed Damien's black lace to go across the top of his sweetheart neckline dress to match her eyebrows, and I just thought, yep, we've got lots of lace. And I meant to bring the lace down, but I forgot to bring it down with me. So that was about the only nod to Frida Kahlo that his made. So there were lots of different ideas here. There were palazzo pants, Rebecca's palazzo pants, which are gorgeous. Little sort of Mexican-y, South American-y inspired tops, lots of bright colours. A couple of skirts, some crop trousers, a play suit, the bone dress from Damien. Anyway, I'm going to take you through them really quickly. So I couldn't find any patterns that were exactly the same as the contestants, except for Damien's, and I've buried it in here somewhere. Here we go. So Damien's was a boned bodice. I think it's very much like this one. It's bone bodice and fitted over the hips, and then this flared skirt, but he did it with the sweetheart neckline. So he took the sweetheart neckline from this one and put it onto this one, but he did it in the 3 colours. He had orange, red, and then this weird greeny brown at the bottom, which I didn't think went very well with everything else. So that was his one. So that is McCall's 6838. I'll put that in the done pile. Okay, so what did we have? We had Rafe and Rebecca did some pants, trousers, not American yet, am I? So I've picked out quite a few nice patterns for big wide leg trousers, and also like Rebecca's, and also some trousers with pleats and tucks at the top like Raf's. So this is quite a good pattern because it kind of does both. It's elasticated at the back, and it's got a few views. So I think B is nice wide leg trousers, and A, you can cut them a bit shorter. There's also an option to put a band going a different way. So if you're using a striped fabric, for instance, well, these ones have got a ruffle on them. Probably avoid those. I'm not even going to talk about that one. So that's that one. So good fabrics for that are, I think we've got Rebecca's fabric in a different colourway. So she did them in a lovely red colour. So we've got really similar fabric. It's a viscose, so it's going to hang beautifully, and it's a navy blue background. My friend has made a pair of trousers like this. They look fantastic. Well done, Claude. If you like the red, then we have got something which is really bright and vibrant, which I think would look amazing as palazzo pants. That too is a viscose. We've got lots of others in. This is just a snapshot, really. Oh, I've realised I've put them just out of reach. This one has just come in. It's really gorgeous colours. It is, in fact, a cotton lawn. So it's a really soft, drapey cotton. It's somewhere between poplin and viscose in terms of its drape and feel. But that's like pinks, reds, oranges, really gorgeous colours. So very vibrant. Right, more patterns. So this one is a bit more like Raf's, because it's got the pleats at the front, okay, and you can do it in a crop length or a full length. The only difference is his had a button fastening at the back, and this is the button fastening at the front. So that is McCall's 7876. This is another nice wide leg palazzo pant. This has an elasticated back, so nice and comfy for the more mature wearer. Yeah, and it looks nice and full, so you could do it like a skirt length or a bit longer to make nice big wide pants. This is the pattern that my friend used to make her trousers out of the blue floral. She did view, which one is it? D. So with the elastic at the bottom, or you could just leave them open. Okay, it's got this strange thing where you can have gathers and ruffles. If you want a more structured palazzo pant, this is a great one. It's all fitted at the top. It has a side zip fastening, and you could do that in a linen or a viscose type fabric. Okay, that's another one. That's an all elasticated waist, and that one, I quite like the top on that one too, though, with the sort of peplum from the waist. Okay, right, what else did we have? Adam's playsuit with the hungry bum. Couldn't find a playsuit with little sleeves, quite a few featured puff sleeves. I did find this one, which is quite a structured fit on the top, like his was, and then little shorts, but you've also got a dress and a jumpsuit pattern on there. So that is 7626. And this one, again, quite fitted on the top, either strapless or with straps, and with or without a belt. And you can make that into hot pants or longer trousers, and that has fastenings up the front, so Adam's had fastenings up the back. Okay, there were a few little tops. I couldn't find many patterns kind of like theirs, so I looked for sort of Mexican inspired. So I looked for tops they had the hippie top, had a kind of square insert, so I found a few nice patterns, really nice comfy summery patterns. 7930. These will come in sizes from 6 up to 22, 24 most of the time. I really like the look of this one, not seen this one before. 7650. You could use different colours to accentuate the shaping of it, or just stick to one block colour like the dress, but that looks really comfy. Chuck it on the beach kind of dress. That would be lovely in a viscose, or probably do it in a jersey as well, a lightweight jersey, or even like a seersucker. Okay, I really like the look of this one as well. Really lovely comfy top, and it's got this square panel at the front, I don't know what you call it, which the top is gathered onto, so it's quite a full top, and this has got quite full sleeves as well, but really nice and floaty. Looks great with skinny jeans. Excuse me. That's my breakfast wrap. I've got the other half here in front of me. I haven't eaten it yet. Right. That's another one similar to the previous one, not quite so full, so not quite so full in the sleeves. Okay, cracking on. Catherine's dress was the pattern fabric underneath with the lace overlay on top, which is a really good idea. It just didn't work because the lace overlay was so busy and it was quite dense that you couldn't see the pattern underneath. If you'd chosen a sort of a more lacy effect, it might have had the desired effect. Anyway, this is very similar. The only difference is the sleeves. So she had the fitted sleeves with the frill at the end. Why she put that band round to hide a mistake, they might not have spotted that if she hadn't done that. Anyway, things you do when you're stressed and in a hurry, isn't it? So that's very similar, sort of semi-fitted dress. Right, I've got a couple for Farry's dress, which looked amazing. I think she self-drafted the pattern herself, so I'm not going to find anything. So I might have to mishmash two together. So I've got this one with, and it's got like the puff sleeve details, especially on view B. The difference is this one doesn't kind of flare out quite as much as hers did. Okay, I haven't really got any fabric that Farry used. I would suggest it was like a kind of a taffeta weight fabric, because it had a kind of a stiffness to it, or even like a cotton sateen, quite heavy fabric that had quite a bit of stability, so it didn't drape and kind of float. I think there might be somebody at the door. it kind of held its shape. So there's that one, and then this one is kind of a similar kind of shape, but it's got a raglan sleeve, so you wouldn't be able to get the puff sleeve effect with that, but they do quite a nice sleeveless version with a big bow. Funnily enough, I'd written on my notes before anyone had started, I'd written put a whacking great bow on it, and I didn't use the words whacking great, and they did. Farry did, and Esme loved it. Right, Adina made a Indian inspired dress. Hers was 2 layers, as was Rebecca's as well. So she had a full skirt with another skirt over the top, but it had this kind of effect at the front where the hem goes up at the front. So I thought that was quite an interesting pattern. And this one has a view with a dress that has a skirt that goes up at the front. We could always put an underlay skirt underneath. Okay. Rebecca's was a similar kind of thing, but she did a separate skirt and top. I struggled to find an off-the-shoulder, a one shoulder strap top. I found a dress with one shoulder strap, but so you could just take the bodice section and make that into a top. And I also found this one, actually. This could be done in stretch fabrics. It's one of the easy ones for McCall's, 7955. it's just in one piece, front and back, and then ruched at the side. And that was another one shoulder piece, rather a low V in the front. I don't think I could get away with that. Anyway, if you wanted to make just the top, you could just do that and just maybe lengthen it down a bit and not quite so tight in at the waist. Finally, Andrew's was a lined skirt and a lined top. I think he's a guy who doesn't really sew for women. And why would he? So he doesn't have that experience, and a lot of the challenges are to make things for women. So, you know, the guys, they're doing pretty amazingly if they've never sewn for women before. Anyway, he did a skirt, quite a nice full skirt. So this is a great pattern. It's got pleats at the waist, and you can make it in various lengths, and it's even got a dropped hem at the back version as well. Okay, I think that is everything. I thought Farry's dress was very inspiring, lovely detail, with the fringed frayed panel down the front. I thought Rebecca's palazzo, was it Rebecca's or no, Serena's palazzo pants, sorry, I've been saying Rebecca all the way through, it's Serena's palazzo pants in the red were amazing. The top didn't kind of marry up with the bottom so well, but the trousers were amazing, and I love the big tie around the waist. What else did I like? I liked Raf's. I like the colours he used. I like the top with the crossover back section. Anyway, there we go. That's my views. Hope you liked it, and see you in the shop soon. Bye.